Have you ever felt so lonely it was like a physical weight on your chest? Like you're adrift in a vast, silent ocean, watching everyone else sail by on their happy, crowded ships? If you've ever been there, or if you're there right now, I want to tell you a story. It's a story about a man named David, and it might just change the way you see your own solitude. David was a graphic designer, a genuinely good guy. He was the kind of friend who'd help you move on a Saturday, the kind of son who called his mom every Sunday. But lately, life had taken a sharp turn. His closest friend moved across the country for a new job. The girl he thought he might marry decided they were on different paths. Even his work, which used to be a bustling office environment, had shifted to remote, leaving him staring at a screen in his quiet apartment day after day. The silence started small, but it grew. It filled the empty chair at his dinner table. It echoed in the unanswered texts. Soon, the silence wasn't just around him, it was inside him. He'd scroll through social media, a highlight reel of engagements, baby showers and friends' nights out, and each picture felt like a tiny pinprick to his heart. He felt invisible, forgotten. One evening, overwhelmed by the quiet, he cried out in frustration, "God, where are you? Why have you left me so alone?" He didn't expect an answer, but in that moment of raw honesty, something shifted. It wasn't a booming voice from the heavens, but a gentle nudge in his spirit, a simple thought: "You're not alone. You're in training." Training? For what? The idea seemed absurd. What kind of training involves sitting alone in a silent apartment, feeling miserable? But the thought stuck with him. The next day, instead of numbing the quiet with TV, he decided to lean into it. He took a long walk without his headphones, just listening to the sounds of the city. He started a journal, pouring out all the feelings he'd been bottling up. He started reading his Bible again, not out of duty, but out of a desperate search for connection. As the days turned into weeks, David noticed a change. In the quiet, he was beginning to hear a new voice, his own. For years, his life had been shaped by the opinions, expectations, and schedules of others. He realized he'd become a supporting character in everyone else's story. Now, in the stillness, he was rediscovering who he was, what he truly valued, and what he wanted his life to stand for. He also started hearing God's voice more clearly than ever before. Without the constant noise and distraction, the subtle whispers of guidance became easier to discern. He felt a pull to volunteer, something he'd never had time for before. He found a local soup kitchen and started serving meals every Tuesday night. At first, it was just a way to be around people. But then he started talking to the guests. He heard their stories of loss, hardship, and incredible resilience. He met a man who'd lost his family and his home, but still had a powerful faith. He met a young woman struggling to raise her kids alone, who radiated a strength David had never seen before. He discovered something incredible. His own loneliness had given him a new kind of superpower. It was empathy. Because he knew what it felt like to be invisible, he was able to truly see the people in front of him. He didn't just serve them food. He offered them dignity, a listening ear, and a genuine smile. His own past pain became a bridge to connect with their present suffering. One evening, a new volunteer, a young college student named Mike, was working alongside him. Mike was quiet and withdrawn. David recognized the look in his eyes immediately. It was the same look he'd had just a few months ago. He started a simple conversation. "Tough week?" he asked. Mike just nodded, his eyes welling up. David didn't offer platitudes. He just said, "I get it." It's hard feeling like you're on the outside looking in. I've been there. For the next hour, Mike opened up about his struggles with anxiety and feeling isolated at his new school. David just listened, sharing parts of his own journey. At the end of the night, Mike looked at him, a flicker of hope in his eyes. "Thanks," he said. "I really needed to hear that. I thought I was the only one." Walking home that night, David felt a profound sense of peace. The heavy weight of loneliness was gone. It had been replaced by something lighter, something purposeful. He finally understood what the training was for. God hadn't abandoned him in the silence. He had isolated him to insulate him. He had stripped away the external voices so David could find his own. He had allowed him to feel empty so he could be filled with a new compassion and a deeper purpose. The solitude was a crucible. It was a sacred space where God was forging a new strength, a new identity, and a new mission in his heart. His loneliness wasn't a punishment. It was a preparation. He was being trained to become a beacon of hope for other lonely people, a living testament that even in the deepest silence, you are not forgotten. This season of David's life wasn't about finding a new girlfriend or his friends moving back. It was about something much deeper. It was about finding himself and finding God in the quiet. He learned that his value was undetermined by his social calendar or the number of texts on his phone. His value was inherent, stamped on his soul by his Creator. So if you find yourself in a season of solitude right now, I want to encourage you. Don't just try to escape it. Don't numb it. Lean into it. Ask God, what are you training me for? What are you trying to show me in this quiet place? Maybe, like David, you're being stripped of distractions so you can hear his voice more clearly. Maybe your heart is being softened and prepared for a purpose you can't yet see. Your loneliness is not a sign of God's absence. In fact, it might be an invitation into a deeper intimacy with Him. It's in the wilderness seasons that we often find the clearest direction. Your current isolation might be the very training ground for your future impact. The pain you feel today could be the empathy you use to heal someone else tomorrow. Remember, God has a purpose for every season, even the lonely ones. He is not wasting your pain. He is weaving it into a beautiful story, a story of redemption, strength, and purpose. You are not forgotten. You are in training. Hold on, because what He is preparing you for is greater than what you're walking through right now. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please share it with someone who might need to hear it. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more messages of hope and encouragement. We'll see you in the next video.